the heart of business analytics.
If there is one SQL topic that separates beginners from real data analysts, it's group by. Every business dashboard, whether for sales, marketing, HR, finance, or operations, uses group by. If you master this chapter, you'll be able to answer questions like, which city has the highest sales? Which department spends the most on salaries? How many customers does each country have? Which product category generates the most revenue? First principles. Imagine you are a teacher with 1,000 students. Instead of looking at every student individually, you decide to group them by class. You can see the code in our conversation history. Now it's much easier to answer. How many students are in each class? Average marks per class? Highest marks in each class. This is exactly what group by does. Open quote, it creates groups, then performs calculations for each group. Close quote. Mental model. Imagine sorting colored balls. Before sorting, after grouping. Now counting becomes easy. That's group by. Sample table. Employees ID, name, department, city, salary, key. 1 Ali, IT, Bangalore 8,000. 2 Sara, HR, Hyderabad 55,000. John, sales of Bangalore, Fatima, IT, Delhi 95,000. 5 Mid, finance, Mumbai. 6 Pre-HR, Bangalore 65,000. 8 Neha, finance, Mumbai 75,000. Hash chart why we need group by. Suppose your manager asks, open quote, what is the total salary of each department? Close quote. Without group by, SQL only knows how to calculate the total salary for the entire table. With group by, SQL calculates one total per department. Basic syntax. You can see the code in our conversation history. Result. Department, total salary, IT, 6T, HR, 60,000, finance, 45,000. What's happening? Step 1. Group rows. You can see the code in our conversation history. Step 2. Calculate sum for each group. Group by with count, manager asks, open quote, how many employees are in each department? Close quote. You can see the code in our conversation history. Result. Department, employee count. IT, 3, HR, 2, sales, 1, finance, 2. Group by with ABG. Question, average salary in each department. You can see the code in our conversation history. Result, department, av salary, IT, 88333.33, HR, 6,000, finance, 712,500 fails, 6,000. Hash group by with max. Highest salary in every department. You can see the code in our conversation history. Group by with min, lowest salary in every department. You can see the code in our conversation history. Hash, multiple aggregates together. Real analysts rarely calculate just one metric. You can see the code in our conversation history. This creates a compact departmental dashboard. Group by multiple columns. Question, how many employees are there in each department within each city? You can see the code in our conversation history. Result, city, department, employees. Bangalore IT, 2, Bangalore HR, 1, Bangalore sales, 1, Delhi, IT, 1, Mumbai finance, 2, Hyderabad, HR, 1. Execution order. Remember SQL's logical execution order. 1, 2, where 3, group by 4, having 5, select 6, order by 7, limit. This explains why where cannot filter aggregated values. Where versus having. This is one of the most common interview questions. Where filters rows before grouping. Example, you can see the code in our conversation history. Rows with salary 60,000 are removed first. Hash having filters groups after grouping. Example, manager asks, open quote, show only departments whose total salary exceeds 150,000, close quote. You can see the code in our conversation history. Result, department, total salary. IT, 26,000. Notice that having uses an aggregate function. Easy memory trick. Imagine a school. Where equals security guard at the gate. Students are filtered before entering. Having principal after assembly. The principal evaluates each group class, not individual students. Where plus group by having together. Business question. Open quote. Find departments where employees earning more than 60,000 have a combined salary greater than 150,000. Close quote. You can see the code in our conversation history. This is a very common interview pattern. Order by with group by manager asks, open quote, rank departments by total salary, close quote. You can see the code in our conversation history. Result, department total salary, IT, 265,000, finance, 445,000, HR, sales, 60,000. Real world business examples. Amazon revenue by category. You can see the code in our conversation history. Netflix number of users by country. You can see the code in our conversation history. Swiggy, average delivery time by city. You can see the code in our conversation history. HR dashboard, employees by department. You can see the code in our conversation history. Beginner versus expert. Beginner runs separate queries for every department. Intermediate uses group by to summarize data. Advanced combines group by with joins, case, and subqueries. Expert builds dashboards with dozens of grouped KPIs in one optimized query. Common mistakes. Selecting a non-aggregated column that is not included in group by. Incorrect. You can see the code in our conversation history. Name is neither grouped nor aggregated. Using where sum, salary, 1,000 aggregates cannot be used in where. Use having instead. Forgetting that where runs before group by. FANG interview questions. 1. Explain the difference between where and having. 2. Why can't aggregate functions be used in where? 3. Find the department with the highest average salary. 4. Count employees in each city. 5. Show cities with more than 100 customers. 6. Find product categories with revenue greater than 10,000. 7. How does SQL process group by internally? Mini project. Imagine this orders table, order ID, customer, city, category amount. 1. Delhi electronic thousands. 2B, Delhi 800. 3C Mumbai electronics 7,000. 4. D Mumbai books 1,200. 5E Delhi electronics 6,000. Write queries to 1. Count orders by city. 2. Find total sales by city. Find average order amount by category. 4. Find the highest order amount in each city. 5. Show only cities with total sales greater than 10,000. One-page revision sheet. Group by creates groups of rows. One output row per group, usually used with aggregate functions. Aggregate functions. Count, sum, AVG, min, max. Where vs having, where. Having and wearing. Summarize half. Filters rows, filters groups. Before grouping, after grouping. Cannot use aggregates. Can use aggregates. SQL logical order 1, 2, where 3, group by 4, having 5, selects order by 7. Limit. Chat 80-20 rule. If you can confidently combine select where group by, having order by, you'll already be able to solve a large percentage of SQL problems seen in data analyst interviews. Hatch Action Plan 1. Create a sample orders table with at least 50 rows. 2. Write 20 to 30 group by queries using different aggregate functions. 3. Practice explaining aloud why where and having are different. 4. Solve interview-style questions without looking at references. Up next, reply next for Chapter 5. SQL joins, the most important topic for data analyst interviews. You'll learn how to combine multiple tables like a professional, a skill tested extensively in companies such as Amazon, Google, Meta, Apple, Netflix, Microsoft, Uber, and Airbnb.